I'm going to start with a very short introduction.
Yes.
And hello, everyone who is joining us today. Thank you so much. For those of you who still don't know me yet, my name is Carol. I am the founder of Parentally. And Parentally is a platform dedicated to the well-being of new and future parents. And what we do is we help parents find all the extra care and support they may need during pregnancy, birth, postpartum, and their first years of parenthood. So we offer informational support, community support, and also access to professional support, thanks to our network of professionals. And today I have invited one of them to share her expertise with us, Pamela Fernandes. She's the founder of Sleepy Dreamer, and she's a holistic sleep coach. So we are going to talk about child sleep coaching and child sleep training, and to try and better understand what are the differences. Just before I give you the floor, Pamela, I just wanted to say a very short disclaimer that this session is really not about saying if one of either of the method is better than the other, but more to help you parents understand how they both work and help you decide, what works for you and what would be best for your family.
Yeah.
So this being said, let's dive in. Pamela, I give you the floor. Would you like to start maybe by introducing yourself and telling us who you are?
Sure.
What you do?
So I'm Pamela, children and sleep coach, and I started this journey with my first son. He was 4 months when he was a terrible sleeper. Terrible. Actually, he had a trauma. He went through a surgery, and then his sleep was a mess. And in the exhaustion, I hired a sleep coach myself, and I just fell in love with the subject, and I started to learn more and more. And I got my certification. I'm here for 3 years now, helping families and bringing the rest for the parents.
This is so needed. It's so nice that you were inspired by your own sleep coach. That's amazing.
Yes.
And thank you so much for introducing yourself. And you are based in Amsterdam, right?
Bussum, close to Amsterdam.
Yes. And you are Brazilian.
Brazilian. Yeah, I live here for 10 years now. So.
Okay. Okay, you're basically Dutch.
Well, we still need to speak like a Dutch one. Getting there.
Well, I'm really happy to have you today. So to talk about sleep coaching and sleep training, and it's actually one of the questions I've heard quite often. What is actually the difference between sleep coaching and sleep training? And could you please explain to us what are both and how they both work?
Sure. Sleep training, I always like to say it's a little bit more direct, we can say that. Like the sleep training is mainly more focused in make the child to sleep on their own or self-soothe themselves. So it works more with strategies. So it's strategies and methods focused for that. And usually it's more one size fits all. So it's not personalized in the child's temperament or the family routine and everything. So it's methods that existed already, and the parents need to follow very strict to teach the child how to learn how to sleep, like that. And sleep coaching is more broad. So we'll not just teach the child how to sleep, but it's mainly focusing improve their sleep, I think. So many parents search for the sleep coach more because they want less wake-ups or still want to hold the child to sleep. So it's not exactly teach them how to sleep on their own or self-soothe themselves. But the sleep coaching will focus in the family, not only in the child, but in the family well-being. We'll analyze the routine of the child, of the family. We'll search for red flags also, possible red flags. So if the child has a lack of vitamins, and it's more the complete package. Like it takes longer, but addresses all the areas of the life of the child.
I see. I understand. And so when you want to do sleep training, when can you start doing this? Is there a specific age or
For sleep
development stage?
yeah, sleep training we advise more from 4 to 6, between 4 and 6 months, because then the child went out a little bit of the third stage of the pregnancy, and so I think for sleep training would be between 4 and 6 months, because the child can be more alone and can practice more strategies. Doesn't depend that much of the mom anymore, like, let's say like that.
And for the training?
This
for the coaching.
For the coaching, I want to be honest, because the coaching it's more about starting a routine, so a bedtime routine, and then this we can start from day one. So swaddle your baby, bring to sleep always around the same time, analyzing, like learning the time of your baby. So it can from day one.
Okay, and you said it can be a bit longer. How longer would you say?
It doesn't have like a timeline exactly, because it really depends of the temperament of the child and what is the main problem, to be honest. Because one thing that it happens, like we always goes like, oh, we want our child to sleep on their own because that's the problem of the wake up, but sometimes it's not. So you can solve the problem for a while and then be something else. So with the sleep coaching, let's say, like if it's only a sleep environment problem, this can be in 2-3 days solved. If it's a wake window problem, can be in 1 week. It really depends the problem. If it is like, oh, the mom wants to stop breastfeeding in the night and want the baby to sleep on their own, but it still wants to be there, can be 2-3 weeks. It really depends. Like there's really, it depends on the child and the family.
So like doing sleep training, but also sleep coaching involves some kind of analysis of the situation, right?
Yes. I think it's the most important. Like, of course, nowadays on the internet we can get like a lot of information, and I think this is one of the main problems, because a lot of parents goes and take information here and there and try to put there, but it means something, and there's where's the problem. So it is really important, like to follow a questionnaire that is with a lot of questions, even genetics questions, like from the parents. It's important to see.
I see. And we hear a lot about sleep coaching and sleep training and crying it out, and all these things are a bit sometimes scary for parents. What would you say are, if there are any, what are the misconceptions attached to training or coaching?
I think that's the biggest misconception, the most common, that it always involves cry it out or leave your child to cry. And it's not like this anymore. Like there's really different methods nowadays, and I'm an holistic holistic sleep coach, and I don't work with cry it out at all. But it will, your child will cry. It will, like it's their way of communicating, but you will be there for them. So it is like the cry it out method. Of course, there's parents that want, and it can work with that, and it works for some families, but not always sleep training or sleep coaches will work with the cry it out method.
I see. And how would you say, what can our parents choose between sleep training and sleep coaching?
I think the most important is the parents' temperament and like they want. I think that's the most important, because I said that there are parents that really are okay with the cry it out and will solve the problem, it will work. So if they want that, they go for the sleep strategy more, the sleep training that is more direct. If the parents wants more in a holistic way, more relaxing improve some things. Like there are parents that the kid wakes up like 10 times, and 3 times for them it's fine. So then it's more a holistic way that will just be there and slowly change the sleep pattern of the child.
I see. When you say holistic, what does it mean exactly?
The holistic is that we don't focus only on the baby, but we focus also on the family. So it's unrealistic if I say for a family that the mom and the father are working outside and they cannot follow like the wake windows of the baby. The baby's in the daycare, for example, and can only have 1 nap, and the baby should have 2 naps. And I'm like, no, you need to have 2 naps, or like it's unrealistic. So we will find together how this can help, like what is the best solution for the family and their routine. Like, can we do a nap at this time, and together like focus in the whole picture. Also, like for example, I work with the raw methods that I created myself, that is focusing the routine, that it's everything about the house, not only from the baby but from the family. And attachment, that's something a lot of people miss, like the attachment with your child. It's really important, the quality time, not the amount of time we spend with them. And the well-being of the parents, it's something extremely important. Like if a mom or a father is anxious about bedtime and bring the kid anxious on that time, they will feel. They are like sponge. They feel everything we feel. So it's really important for the parents to look to themselves also, and give priority sometimes for them, because we forget ourselves as parents.
That's very true.
Yeah.
Very true. And would you actually like to share maybe a success story of a client of yours, or a parent you've helped?
Yeah. I had a client like those, I think 2 months ago, and they were extremely insecure, expats also, they're from Norway.
Okay.
And yeah, they were extremely insecure. And it was funny because when I got them, the child was 18 months. And I asked them, oh, what did you try until today? And they were like, nothing. We never tried because we were afraid of. So the fear and the anxiety was their biggest problem. So together, I offer on my package daily support. So together, I was talking with them, and just for them to get relaxed about the bedtime and have the reassurance from me that they were doing the right, it improved the baby's sleep. So it's really like, it's not always just the technical part, let's say like that, but it's much more emotional sometimes.
I think as a holistic coach, I think it would be really interesting if you told us how does it work actually working with you from the moment a parent contacts you to the end of your coaching. How does it work basically on a daily basis? Like, are there daily interactions or?
So, well, I have a lot of packages, but the like common is that we will make a call to see if we link with each other, if what the parents are searching for and everything, if I can really solve their problems. And from the moment they say they want to work with me, I will send a questionnaire, like a big one. I always say don't get started, but it is a big one. So where I will learn everything about them, about the child, but also about them, about their daily life, about how many feedings the child does, if what the child eats, what time, literally everything. And then from that moment that they send to me, I will analyze everything to make a sleep plan for the couple. I work with 2 or 3 weeks, but can always hire more weeks then. And from that moment, they have my telephone, and we talk by WhatsApp or by email daily. So sometimes they even forget to text me. I'm texting them like, hi, how are you? How was the night? But mostly when they forget to text, I'm like, okay, it was a good night. I can see that. But so then I will be daily texting them to know everything. But after they send the questionnaire and I do the analysis and everything, we will have a call of usually 1.5 hours, where I will say everything I could see about it. So where are the possible issues? Sometimes I see that it might be a lack of vitamins, so I ask them to check about it. And from that moment, I have a sleep plan myself, made it, but I will adapt in that moment with them talking. So what is real for them, what is possible, what they agree with, what they don't, and then I will send to them after that all the, I always do like, for the next week we will do this, let's try this. But then after 3 days they will say, yeah, that's not working, so we will adapt for what can work. So it's really a daily work and support, literally, like that. I will be there for them and we will make all the change possible. And like I said, it's slowly changing, because for the child it's really a gentle way to not be a big change for them.
I see, I understand. So it takes consistency, right?
Yeah, that's
patience.
the most important. That's the most important. Consistent and be, consistent.
I see. Well, like for everything anyway. But yeah, lastly, I have one question for you. For our parents who have children with sleep difficulties, sleep issues, what would be your advice to them?
To be really honest, don't wait that long to search for help. Like, of course, everything can be a phase, and we say this a lot during the childhood of your child. But the exhaustion we get from the lack of sleep is not worth it in our daily life, because it affects everything. It affects your relationship with your partner. It affects your relationship with your child at work. So I honestly, like, sometimes it's just a little change that will give you like some rest for the rest, and you are just pushing away. So don't wait that long. And also, like, there's not a right age to start. It's never too late and it's never too early. So don't worry about the age of your child. Like, if you are going with some sleep trouble, just search for help. Sometimes a talk helps already.
This is a very good advice. Thank you very much, Pamela. So we are nearing the end of this live. I just wanted to say a few things. Like you mentioned, it's very important to look for help if sleep is becoming an issue for your family. And you mentioned that it's possible to get in touch with child sleep coaches just for even an intake to see if it works for you. And most importantly, each sleep coach or each sleep trainer has their own method, even if they are trained the same. So it's also important that you have a click with your coach or your trainer. And sometimes it's not the right one from the get-go, but be persistent. And you can find a few coaches, a few trainer on Parentally. But thank you so much, Pamela, for sharing all your expertise with us today. And this live was recorded, so I will share it on the feed. And of course, if you have any question about sleep coaching, you can contact Pamela directly on Instagram, and I will put all her contact details in the caption. But thank you everyone for watching this live with us. And again, Pamela, thank you so much for doing this with me. I'm so happy we could finally do it.
It took a while, but
yes, but it was great and we learned a lot. Thank you everyone. Have a beautiful day and see you soon for our next live. Goodbye.